That a number of physicians and others have written a letter suggesting that the homelessness, dealing with people living with homelessness is one of the greatest public health issues that we're facing today. I would take issue with that. I don't think it's one of the greatest public health issues that we're facing. It is the greatest public health issue that we're facing today. All the advice that we're giving to people around self-isolating, washing your hands, is awfully hard to do if you don't have access to a sink, if you are sleeping shoulder to shoulder with someone on a mat or a cot. So it's really important that we move very quickly to protect people in that population. There are 4 things that are currently being done. The first is that, as you alluded to, we are providing for hotel rooms for some people who would normally be living in shelters, typically the lower acuity people who don't need 24/7 services. And that movement is happening today out of many of the major shelters. There's also, I know the Mustard Seed is looking at other spaces for more congregated kinds of shelter work. That is also underway at this time. The second is developing quarantine spaces for people in that community who do have symptoms and who have to be completely isolated. That work also is underway with Alberta Health Services at this time. The third is for those who remain in the shelters, we need to enforce much more physical distances. There has to be space between people, maybe even barriers between people's sleeping quarters. And I know that the shelters are undertaking that work right now. And then the fourth is really what the public health response at the shelters is. This is a little less about the city. It's more about Alberta Health, but it really is about screening people, checking their temperature as they're going in, ensuring that the staff there have adequate personal protective equipment and so on. So that too is happening. I will tell you that I have had a number of direct conversations with the Premier on this issue over the last several days. He agrees that this is a critical issue and has committed that the province is fully putting their resources on it to get it solved as soon as possible.